London is now 37% white. The three biggest cities in England and Wales are now white minority cities.
Oh my God, how alarming that would be if it were true.
So the white Brits are complaining that they are becoming the minority in their own country, and people of color, or rather, may I say, colored people, are taking over. I didn't know that we would reach a point in history where we see them complaining about being the minorities. I don't know if I should be happy about that, because now they know how it feels like to be a minority. It's a pity that it is in their own country, indeed. However, isn't it giving your brothers to yourself, though? I mean, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. But if you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Natkunda Esther. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
For the first time ever, the number of people who class themselves as white British is now a minority in London. The 2011 census results out today show 45% of Londoners are now white British, while Barking and Dagenham has seen the biggest change of all.
Children from white families in Birmingham are set to become a minority group for the first time when this year's census is collected in March.
Population forecasts seen by the BBC's Politics show suggest that more than half of children under 16 in the city are from black and Asian communities. Birmingham could become a minority white city within the next 10 to 15 years.
Children at Chadvale Primary in Edgbaston speak 20 different languages. Just a fifth of pupils here are white. The Pakistani community in Birmingham is expected to double over the next 20 years.
A report from the UK shows white British people will soon be outnumbered by Muslim migrants in the city of Birmingham. One America's Pearson Sharp explains how the reversal in population has also brought with it a wave of violent crime.
This is Birmingham in the 1960s, a quaint little city in central England full of farmland, churches, and a bustling city center that enjoyed a very low crime rate and picturesque historic streets. Flash forward a few decades. These images aren't from Iran, Iraq, or Afghanistan. No, this is modern-day Birmingham. A new report shows native Britons are on their way to becoming a minority in their own homeland. The latest demographics from Birmingham reveals that nearly half of those in the UK's most multicultural city are migrants or foreign-born. Experts say that white Brits will soon be outnumbered as the city continues to swell with residents from Africa and the Middle East.
Yesterday in the census figures from the 2021 census, in which it now says that white British people are a minority in 3 of the UK's largest cities, and Christianity is now a minority religion.
Britain, it alleges, has become the Western capital for Sharia courts.
Yes, that's right, and the number of courts that have opened is now up to about 85.
The former mill town of Oldham attracted mass migration from South Asia in the 50s and 60s. But a generation on, barriers are still to be broken down, which even residents admit means parts of the town are virtually segregated.
English society, more than other parts of the UK, is growing increasingly hostile to immigration. In parts of many major cities, white faces are a rarity, except if they're Polish. In an England where multiculturalism lies in pieces, Luton exemplifies just how much has gone wrong. This small town, just 20 minutes north of London, has become synonymous to the British media with everything that's wrong with Islam. The other week, an entire family of 12 left this street and headed off to join the Caliphate in Syria. This week, 2 men from this boring-looking road were up in court, accused by the police of a plan to blow up a military base. And on the main street, sitting with a coffee, is a convert currently on bail after allegedly distributing leaflets in central London supporting ISIL.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry to say this way, and most especially to the white people that watch me. It sounds so 2008, 2010, 2012, 2006. Typical white media. You know why? Because typical white media, when I was young, when I was little, before I was even like a teenager, it would be more of the Muslims, you know, they are terror, you understand what I mean? Like, everything that came with the Muslims, it will come with the terror. You understand what I mean? And also, if the way they make it, because it has changed, now they are more migrants, it has become more dangerous. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Birmingham, ever since a lot of immigrants from Iraq and Asia and blacks from Africa, they came here, well, it has become unsafe. You know, it's literally, literally, guys, it's giving propaganda. Because, literally what they're trying to say is that, well, when we were us, the whites, we literally lived in harmony and we never had any problems with crime. No one was starving the other, and, we were eating every day, nice food, bread and, beans, and now we have chapatis and roti and karate, and it's just that the Muslims now, they literally talk about, hello, UK white people. Welcome to being minorities in your own country. How does that feel? Because let me tell you, I'm literally not trying to rub it into your faces, but the reality is, there's a time in history where white people were the minority in Africa, but they felt like they were the majority because they had a lot of power. Well, you know us, people of color, we go somewhere, we're gonna reproduce. I love to see it. Well, I'm not even being spiteful, yeah. I love to say it because this is what you get for colonizing people's countries, and you do treat us because you want to keep their land and goodies and gold and minerals, and now you allow 5 people to come into your country from the country that you colonize, and then they reproduce them, then they outweigh you. And they are no longer immigrants because now they are citizens and they have generations and generations of people in your land. And that's on period. Who brought it unto themselves? It is you.
London is now 37% white. The 3 biggest cities in England and Wales are now white minority cities.
Oh my God, how alarming that would be if it were true, and I was a little bit racist. Actually, London is about 54% white. The way you've arrived at 37% is by not acknowledging the whiteness of white European people who aren't from England, which seems a bit on brand for you, I can't lie. The English are the only really white people. Polish people aren't really white, they're more off-white. We are the most racially pure. No, that kind of language has bad optics, doesn't it? We are the Ubermen. No, that's worse. We are the Aryan Supermen. No. How do I say this without sounding like what I am? Also, the remaining group is all the other ethnicities put together. 20% Asian. That means all the Pakistani people, the Indian people, the Chinese people, the Korean people, the Arab people, all seen as one group. Which means the only way you've arrived at white being a minority is by classifying all of the non-white people as a single ethnicity. Which also seems a little bit on brand for you. The truth is that white British is by far still the largest group, so that's not really what minority white means, is it, Nigel? Now, it should be noted that out of all of these people put together, almost 80% of them speak English as their first language, which means even the majority of these people were born and raised in Britain. They're second, third, sometimes fourth generation, which means they're not immigrants. They didn't emigrate anywhere. They live the same place they were born, sometimes the same place their parents were born. That's why it says Asian British and Black British. These are just British people with brown skin. That's what happens when your country spends centuries trying to enslave and colonize the world. You end up with people from all over the place. Now you're trying to play the victim oh no, the consequences of our own actions are oppressing us. Now overall, Britain is about 82% white, and this number is actually shrinking somewhat quickly. The reason for that is that British people, like most white European people, aren't reproducing themselves anymore. See, in a consumer capitalist economy designed to funnel all the money to the top, you need constant population growth to keep that economy running. So if your population doesn't grow organically, that means you need immigration. Ironically, the super wealthy are kind of financially dependent on the very immigrants they vilify, which means all you actually have to do to fix it is stop funneling all the money to the top so that the middle class can flourish again. But you're not ready to have that conversation, are you, Nigel? After all, convincing poor people that other poor people are to blame for poverty so you can help the rich people steal all the money in the background is like your favorite thing to do.
Well, need I say anymore? He's white and he is speaking white matters, so I guess we let him cook. Because did he lie? He didn't. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. By the way, do you think we are looking at a situation where white people, oh my God, are we looking at a situation in the near future where we are literally going to be seeing white people being wiped off the face of the planet? Oh my God. I might have just cooked. No, because imagine if white people find this video and they get to realize that, oh, damn, the blacks are giving birth, there's people of color, the Arabs, the Asians, and they are reproducing themselves. Damn, what we gonna do? Hey! I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry, guys. But let me know what you think in the comment section. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
A lot of the people who are coming in, I don't want to be too harsh on them, but they have a completely different set of values, especially when it comes to their laws, than we do in the UK. And they seem to want to impose their way of life from where they are from on us. One thing that's certainly happened is more and more sexual assaults, I think, are becoming apparent. There's also a huge increase in gang violence, and it seems like the police seem scared to counteract this. Police have been open about how they're not within their resources to respond to burglaries, for example. They've openly admitted that. However, they seemingly have huge amounts of resources to go after people who make offensive tweets. The internet could well be over-dramatising that, but the point is, the internet is only showing what other people are seeing. So even though it might not just be happening in your world, what you see with your eyes is not just what there is to see. There's a lot more to see.
Me, 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 me.